This makes me sound stupid because I'm the one that came up with that, the fall.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and and I've taken the fall before, like at Nashville Fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee. The second floor, you get thrown. We'd have tables, but it wasn't as high up. And so when we were going in the office and we were talking about stuff to do, I came up with this idea. And I remember I was a mystery opponent that night, and they really didn't do anything really big with me for the first year. So this is the it's easy for me to remember because October 14th, 2003, that's when the Cubs, that's the Steve Bartman reaching out. So, and I'm a huge Cubs fan. We were at Shots that night,
Oh, that was a horrible day.
and so the whole thing was Ricky throws me off the balcony. He was supposed to do his bit, and he was going to jump off the balcony on top of me. And I remember whenever I was telling them about it, they're like, "He'll blow his knees out," and I wasn't thinking about it. But and of course, he didn't jump off there because he thought he killed me. Everyone thought I was dead, and I was out
How
cold.
how was the preparation for that match, knowing that Ricky was a sheer maniac and you were El Hombre de Goma? So, well, El Hombre de Goma was right after that, but people saw you and it was like, okay, he comes this hardcore guy, and Ricky's another one, and we all know that Puerto
No,
Rican.
that's the thing. No one knew really about the hardcore stuff that I did.
So
I
that was
this is
after.
when I went to the ring as the mystery opponent. I can remember the crowd booing, not booing me because they hated me. It was booing me because it was like, oh really? And when I'm going, I'm like, all right, I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to give you the night you're never going to forget. And I think I accomplished that. But when he threw me off the balcony, I think Savio thought he tried to kill me on purpose because Savio came swinging that bat, hit him in the face, and broke his nose.
I was gonna
And
ask you about it. Is that rumor real? It was real because I know he broke his
yeah,
like.
no, yeah, he cracked him right in the face. And when I came to, because I don't remember anything that went on in the ring, and if you watch it and you zoom in, they zoomed in on my face, and my eyes are in the back of my head. My face is purple, and I came to, and I walked to the back, and I see a trail of blood going all the way down the hallway. And the way the locker room is in Bayamon, you walk down the aisleway, and then you go upstairs, and then there's a locker room, and then you go on down another way, and there's another locker room. But whenever I went up there, I saw all this blood, and the EMTs are checking on Ricky, and I see this gash over his face, right above his nose. And I'm like, man, he must have hit his face on the table or something. And I walked in there to Savio and Luke and them. I go, how'd that look when I went off the balcony to the table? And Luke was like, mate, you missed the table. And I'm like, no. And Savio was like, get ready to go to the hospital. I'm like, I'm fine. He goes, where you at? I go, Indianapolis. He goes, you're in Puerto Rico. Get ready to go to the hospital.
Holy shit!
So I went to the hospital, and have you ever seen the movie Rocky 2?
Yep.
Okay, you know how when at the beginning, after the fight, and then they show him in an ambulance and they go to the hospital. Well, Rocky's in his wheelchair, and Apollo comes in, and he's in his wheelchair, and they're bickering back and forth. Well, anyways, I'm in a wheelchair on one side of the room, and then here comes Ricky in a wheelchair on the other side of the room. So now I'm probably the only gringo in there, and and I'm surrounded by all these Puerto Ricans. And the show is airing from the week before when Rick, this is like 3 in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning, and they're showing where we had kicked Ricky out of the group, did the Santa Maria, and we beat him down, and we left him bloody and everything. And now everyone in that room, they're like, and I'm thinking, oh God, I'm like to fight for my life now. But then they called me back to the back, and they did a CAT scan on my head, and told me I had a concussion, and tried to stay awake. And so they gave me a shot for the pain and everything, and I went home, and I was getting phone calls, and my friends were like, "Man, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine, man." And they go, "Oh my God, that was the worst fall I've ever seen." I'm like, "I'm cool, man. Don't worry about it." They go, "Don't go to sleep." I go, "I'm okay. I'll stay awake." And then the next week when we went out, we were on Bayamon, and SAVIO pulled me out in the wheelchair, and he starts berating me, and then he pushed me out of the wheelchair, and Ricky comes to my rescue. But when Ricky turned his back, I take the neck brace off, and the place went nuts because they were cheering. They gave me a standing ovation for what I had done, and then I mean it's one of those things. It's like, man, that was impressive, and they gave me respect. I think I earned their respect that night. And then it was like, man, Flash is a tough dude.